All right, so here we've got a recording of Josh's play. This is at what's it, 200 NL. So I guess
Yeah,
we'll
200 on Ignition.
good. I like the grey background. Um, so I guess we'll get to see how shit players, how poor players play it at the mid stakes.
Yeah, it's you'll see some pretty atrocious stuff. I mean, uh, the like I ran into a couple guys you could tell were like really good regs, but like it's mostly like I when I moved up to 200, I was pretty shocked at how many fish there are. Um, yeah, and then like there's just not many tough regs at all. So
Yeah, I mean there's fish everywhere. Even if you get to 500 L, there's plenty of fish. So um, yeah, for people who are scared of moving up, yeah, you really shouldn't be, especially if you've got another way to pump your bang roll, like you've got a job or whatever, and just want to give it a shot. Of course, that being said, if you're not a strong player yourself, you're not gonna do so well. So obviously, if you can beat the lower stakes, you're gonna be doing okay at the higher stakes. But the difference between the stakes obviously is actually not that big. Um,
yeah, go ahead.
all right. Does anyone else have anything to say? I mean, we've seen some hands so far. This is just the regular tables. Oh yeah, you've got the monk of you. Alright, that's good. It's interesting how Ignition doesn't block that.
What's that?
It's interesting how Ignition doesn't block Monk of Yore. But I guess it's just a viewer,
Oh
not a
yeah,
solver, so I don't know.
yeah. According to Andy, Stars blocks it, but I mean Ignition doesn't even block GTO plus. So I mean, not that I use it, but yeah, they don't like. I have it running in the background.
Yeah, I guess their attempt at stopping bots is just to make it anonymous, which is which is
Yeah,
kind of shit. I don't know.
yeah. Well, I mean,
Well, what do
you know,
some
there
let
have
someone just
been
call people up and then make them video themselves playing? It's kind of yeah.
Wait, how did?
yeah,
Sorry,
yeah. I've
Akash.
never heard of that on Ignition, but
That's a bit strange. I just check that it's clean.
oh yeah, I
No, no,
remember that
it
hand.
was multi-way,
That's
so
very odd.
it was in the middle, I guess.
Like I made trips on the river and checked, and he like checked back
No,
second boat. So
it was multi-way. So maybe he was hoping that the last guy would bet and he would raise, but
yeah,
um, I guess it's okay
Wait,
because
how are you?
sometimes he's got a queen, but it's pretty difficult to do that queen there.
How are you
yeah.
playing this? Like, how are you? Like, is this a recorded video or is this
Yeah, this is recorded.
Yeah,
Oh, so
yeah.
why would you be surprised that it allows you to have Monk of Viewer open?
No, no, no.
No,
While he was playing, he had Mock of You open.
Oh,
yeah,
He was also got GTF Plus there open. I mean, that's yeah. I mean, the software's not doesn't really care. I guess Stars does care. So, but then again, like even though they don't care, like the level of play people are playing at isn't amazing anyway. So yeah. And four tables of four regular tables is pretty slow, I guess. I mean, it's four regular tables is about the same speed as one and a half Zoom tables.
Yeah, I mean, I usually play 2 Zoom, but for the purpose of the video, I did 4 reg. Well, and I've been playing more reg lately. Um,
Yeah, the regular tables
Yeah.
are definitely softer.
yeah. Yeah, so this hand, I didn't realize the guy was short when I 3-bet the 6-5. So,
Yeah, I mean,
yeah. So,
yeah, it's,
he just like jams the 70 cents.
it follows middle set to jam.
Yeah.
It's just-
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's something you got to watch out for, especially because reg tables you got enough time to double check all the starting stacks. So
Yeah. It's true.
at least with in Zoom tables, short stacks kind of get cleaned up pretty quick by the other
Yeah, that's
players,
true.
so you don't run into them as often. Ah, afraid you're gonna fucking afraid you're gonna fold kings as bloody.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Focus on your game. What do I need? Just limp check? Okay.
He just open jams. So. He has the 2-3, but I hit the king, so it's fine.
Raise call, I guess, yeah, that's fine with A4. What happened here? He just opened jam, yeah, right. You fold twos. Yeah, toy bars, good size. Here, ace queen is multi-way. Yeah, checking is fine. Like multi-way, you're just not going to pot anywhere near as often as you think. Even bluffing doesn't really. Bluffing would it seems alright, I guess.
It's a
But of course,
yeah,
you've obviously got plenty of slightly stronger hands to bluff with as well. Yeah, what happened here? He just donks. What was it? Three
No,
or
the,
four?
the,
Actually,
the
three or
king
four,
queen
and it
hand. Should
continues.
you not have folded to the 3-bet there? Or-
yeah. I showed it. It was a
It was a big
mistake.
3-bet. Yeah, it was a big
probably should have
3-bet.
followed that for you. Maybe he could have full bet as well.
It was like, did I see the size right? $28.
No, it was 24, I think.
Okay, it's small. The numbers are quite small on my screen, so yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
And did you 3-bet 9s right there?
Yeah.
It's been
Oh,
open and then three bet. That's amazing.
Was the size purposeful or just a mistake?
Certainly,
That
I think I meant to fold that. I don't know what's going on there.
You
I don't
3-bet
remember. I don't remember that one.
You just clicked it, like not even clicked. Like just looks like you just hit raise as opposed to.
Did you just float twice? I'm not. Hey, what happened here? So you call the flop. You check bet on the turn. Direct call. Fine, yeah, okay, seems okay. But you got to think about what worse hands you got in King Queen. There's not a lot worse hands you got there on the river.
Yeah, I'm not
maybe,
even.
Maybe if you got a spade or whatever, you can do that with. You can do it with
Okay, did I float the flop there?
You float the flop and then you check. Then you bet the turn, then check. The
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I mean you could probably get up on the flop.
Can I ask about the turn sizing there? This is a spot I don't know what to do. But
Yeah, it's supposed to be small. I don't remember what I used. Let me rewind it.
like third.
Yeah, he's on third.
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems reasonable though. I mean, that flop isn't amazing for the 3-better anyway. They've got a bunch of overcards like the 8th king.
Did he check back on ace king deuce?
That was unfortunate, but alright. Folding the threes against a min hijack open. I mean, it's okay. Calling is okay as well. 7-9. Did you open 7-9 on the button? That's a bit. Well, it's a small one. Still 7-9 small ones. So it's just a muck. 7-9 also. Yeah.
I know that I know this isn't like a 100% range spot on the 775, but it was just like
Yeah,
I figured
mean,
with this combo it could.
Seems okay with this one.
Yeah, I
So
think
Trevor's
you have
on backdoor seems alright.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, and then here I decide to barrel, and then just check back river, but I wasn't really sure. But I figured he's gonna call me with a 5, so.
I think so. I think I do the same just because when you have because it's an 8. If you had a bigger card and the turn was a king, let's say, then I would you could think about checking back. But with the 8, there's too many overcards, right? So
Yeah, I mean, I don't think betting is necessarily bad. It was just might have gone a little big there for what I was trying to target, but
Yeah, I mean, but he was calling 10-7 off against a cutoff open, so like.
oh yeah, I guess okay.
His barrel, whatever. Yeah, it seems okay to waste the river to bet. But yeah, either way you've got like no showdown value even if you hit a pair. So it's not a whole lot you can do there. Yeah, it's multi-way with the short stack here. Checking seems good. Yeah, it's a good fold. It's pot size open from the. Oh no.
Yeah.
Hijack open then cover through bet. Yeah, seems like a fine fold.
There was a very similar situation we went over in one of the quiz reviews. Just happened to remember that one.
Yeah, I mean, I think Jax is probably indifferent as well. So
I think this guy checks back 8s if I remember. Yeah.
yeah, it seems kind of weak.
Yeah, I mean it's not crazy. I think at the time I didn't notice it was a 4 straight board.
Probably go through about
Uh, which one?
there. The hijack versus here on the button. He opens the hijack. There's a dead small blind. He opened a 3, which is kind of big, but 5-6 suited does pretty well against the calling range. Yeah, I mean, what was that? No, it was 3x open. Yeah, definitely 3x open, you can fold that. 2x open, you would continue. Yeah, size 26, yeah. 13 big blinds. Or 3-1 open. He's a bit he's a bit short, so going out on 13 is fine. And if it was full stagger, you can try 14 against 3x open.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I probably wouldn't check that board. I mean, that board's pretty good to bet small with most of your range. Your 3-bet range is very heavy in King X and Ace X. So on like an Ace
Yeah.
high board or a King I board, you want to bet at pretty high frequency.
Yeah, so I rolled a 10, so like I take more passive actions with the low numbers, so I mean it'll be a majority bet. But like it was the clubs where I kind of thought, well, maybe I can check this one at a low frequency just because he's not going to be continuing as much.
Yeah. Yeah, ripping is good. It's a bit of a strange line with check about flop raise turn. That's just weird.
Yeah,
It doesn't get anywhere near as much value as just betting the flop yourself and then betting the turn because of what you get.
yeah,
As many bets in as you want. Like after like if you guys can after you check the flop, like you're expecting to have like really close to the nuts anyway.
Right.
Yeah, bet into like you're probably just going to
Right.
rip it anyway. So, I mean, with the clubs, it's probably slightly better to bet it. Usually, hands with more equity want to bet more often.
Okay.
Even
Yeah, that
even
makes sense.
through red pots. I mean, there could be something to said about going for a check raise, which is fine as well. Yeah, 9 series just a call against the low jack. Even for the slightly higher reckon than the Sims, is probably just a call against the low jack.
The nines.
Yeah, I mean it's a tiny mistake,
Okay.
but
Yeah,
just it's more of an inaccuracy
yeah.
than a mistake. But yeah, 9 is pretty much always a call, I think. Let's look at the Sims, but
Okay.
it's
Yeah.
almost always a call.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think I go back and check it later. Well, actually, I still have Monker up. Here, I can. It was a hijack open, right?
Low jack open to 2.5.
Low check. Oh well, I don't have the 6-way, but from the hijack, yeah, button nines is like a 75% call, and then the rest is a 3-bet. But I'm sure from the low jack, it's just almost always a call.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if your computer's got enough RAM to load in the 6-way as well, because yeah, I mean, my computer takes fucking ages to load in all
I
the
know.
Sims. It takes like half an hour, an hour. It's still been going since we've started. It's going for half an hour, still loading in.
Yeah, to load the 6-ways, I had to let it load overnight.
Yeah, man. Check through the flop. It's on the turn. I guess maybe you can bet small and then check.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really a fan of that. I think checking is just is fine.
Alright, we're in. Cool. Yeah, this is a little bit of 3-bet. Against a mid open, it's almost never 3-bet. The expectation is the same anyway, so yeah, it's not like I hate 3-betting the 9s. It's just you want to have it at a pretty high frequency call there in the button.
Yeah.
And like these are the kinds of spots where you want to be using your RNG, like because there's a lot of spots that you know are indifferent. You want to use your RNG for spots where you know are indifferent or you're just totally not sure at all. So with other spots where you're pretty happy to take one action, you should just always take that action and just ignore what your RNG says.
Is it wrong to just like, if you feel more comfortable taking one action, to just use that one? Like,
I mean, there's something to be said about.
oh, this isn't anonymous, is it?
Yeah, this is anonymized.
Oh, it is anonymous. So if it's anonymous, does it like shouldn't in theory it does not matter? You could just choose whichever line you prefer.
Well, no, because you don't really know which one is going to have a higher expectation against the opponents you're playing against.
Right, but so it doesn't matter which you use. So can you just
Well, it does in a sense that if you choose the wrong one, you might end up with a lower expectation.
right? So
If you do it at the right frequency, you're kind of guaranteed a minimum expectation.
maybe I'll rephrase then. So let's say like you look at the Monk Reviewer, and the two actions you take at obviously different frequencies, or like you take both actions, right? So that means they must be indifferent, right? Like between calling and folding,
Yeah.
right? Or three betting and calling. Like you can't you just in that case like just choose whichever one you want to do
Yeah,
if it's
yeah,
anonymous?
you
Like-
can, but the expectations here aren't the expectations in real life.
Right.
But if you choose that frequency, you're going to get as close as you can to that expectation here.
Oh, okay, I see what you mean. Okay.
Right? But if you choose one or the other, it might be lower than that expectation. Right, so if you play at these frequencies, your expectation is going to be at minimum what it says here. But if you choose one or another, you don't get that guarantee. There's another thing that's also be said about you growing as a player. So
Yeah.
learning from the lines which you're not quite as comfortable with.
Mhm.
Usually, if you're not comfortable with a line, your opponent isn't comfortable with that line either. What's with all the
So,
checking back sets and multi-way pots? I don't understand.
Oh, the what?
People checking back sets in multi-way pots.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you'll see.
so
a lot
on
of that.
the king, I think it was king 8 5 6 7 board. I understand why. Like I agree with you that the guy needed to bet his eights, but I know why that most players like because I just talked to a lot of bad players that I'm friends with. I guess I can tell you why they would check it back because they just whenever people see four straights on a board, they don't think about like how the hand would have played into like, oh, does he really have any nines or does he really have any fours? They just kind of like my hand like might be bad. Like he didn't realize, or like when people check back sets, I think they often don't realize how strong the hand is in the grand context of things. But
Yeah, I mean, but
maybe that's obvious.
like even here, he wasn't in the hand, but like that's not even multi-way. What the hell's going on? Check. We go check again. So we're going to top right here. No, you got a bit cool. Maybe that was bad. I thought it was. I thought it was multi-way. Yeah, with the other hand, yeah, but nines shouldn't really bet that big on the river. Yeah, the other hand, like you've got to. I don't know. People think a bit weird, especially like regulars, because they don't bluff enough, and because they don't bluff enough, their opponents don't call enough, and so they end up being way tighter than they should be in terms of value.
Actually, I find they still call, but whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's because they're projecting themselves into their opponents or something, where like they wouldn't call with the worst hand, so they're not going to bluff. They're not going to bet this river for value or whatever. Difficult to say what the psychology is. It's been a while since I was since I thought like that. So yeah, you can't really tell what's going on. jamming 10-9. That's a bit. What the hell's going on there? Yeah, so like even at 200 AM, it's just horrible. Yeah, you get people who just want to give away money like that, like this guy here. So there's plenty of fish to be found, and even moving up to 500 now, it's pretty similar. I don't know, you can tell I'm kind of judgy. Let's see what size you use, what size you ISOs. This guy. The king is probably, I'd probably make it like 24, 26.
Oh, way too small.
Yeah, it's a bit small. Yeah, as I said, probably going 24, 20, 26. I think you just want to ISO the same size you would have 3-bet against the min open. So
Yeah, for sure.
yeah, so yeah, opening min on the button is fine. But if you want to get used to using your RNG, you might want to start mixing between the different sizes. I mean, in the sim that I've got, it's not quite high precision. I'm running another one. You've got the different sizes there, and see the min's only 6.5% versus the 2.5 and the 3x are quite a bit higher frequency. That's a 2.25
Okay.
range. So maybe you want to RNG between the different sizes. You get a low number, you go a bit smaller, middling number, you get 2.5, and a big number, you get the 3x. I mean, it's not a huge thing. There are also a few hands that never go small, like 10-8 offsuit, 10-4 suited. I mean, this difference here is probably just an anomaly, like king 3 suited, king 2 suited, ace 2 suited, queen 3 suited.
Yeah.
Some of the hands at the very edge of the range always go bigger because you want that slight increase in the polarity when you raise a slightly larger size. When you're raising a little bigger, you want a little bit more polarity, and when you're raising smaller, you want a little bit less polarity. So that's why those weak hands always raise a bit bigger. Like here, ace 3 offsuit, king 8 offsuit always go to 3x, and you also see that kind of thing happen in the cutoff sim here. If it all. Yeah, so in the cutoff suit, you got like ace 5 suited, ace 5 offsuit, and king 3 suited always go to 2.5 and never go to 2x because you want that slightly more polarity in the bigger size.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, and then like on the button, jack ace suited goes into the big size like 90%, and then like king 10 suited like mixes closer to all three, you know.
Yeah. And like it's kind of like if you're not too sure, you just use your RNG and roll whatever. It makes it a lot tougher to play against if you use your RNG.
Okay, that's interesting. Yeah. Well, I was just about to get around to putting the 2.5 open into my button strategy. I just haven't really got around to it, I guess. But
yeah, I mean it's not a huge loss, but it is probably another step that you can do to improve. Opening other positions to 2x seems fine as well. You stacked them, did you?
yeah.
There we go, bet, and then rip. Yeah, I mean, roll flush draw.
Looks good to me. You have a jack? Did he have a jack, or what do we know?
Yeah, he
he's
had Jack 10 off.
Oh wow, yeah. Look at that.
So I don't call Jack 10 off separate flop. No, Jack 10 off separate flop. Cut off mid. Jeff mid, that seems fine. What was
Yeah, I don't.
What was a button? Yeah,
Was he in the big blind?
Yeah, it was big as a button, wasn't it? Yeah, it seems okay. Seems okay the way he played it. Especially because when you barrel the turn that kind of size, when the jack comes, you're kind of repping a jack yourself. So it's alright for him to just call on the turn, hoping that you're bluffing. And then when he gets the river, it's kind of like, well, he's got near to the top of his range, but he would definitely prefer if he had a club.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, he'll have a lot of boats there. So, well, I mean, I don't know how many, but like, assuming he calls off all those offsuit Broadway, he will. And then he'll have, all the offsuit Broadways with the club. So,
Another thing with the solver is that the cutoff high accuracy high precision, the low jack high accuracy high precision, and the high jack high accuracy high precision, they're all finalized. So you don't have to have the other ones in. You just delete them, and so it won't load in when you load it up. So it might load a bit faster. And similarly for the button, the small line high accuracy high precision, that's pretty much done. I mean, I might redo it just so I add in the 2x open, but when I ran the 2x open, it never used it. So,
oh, okay.
So I might redo it at a later stage and go like good accurate. I don't know what's better than high, extreme. I don't know. Very high. That's kind of lame. And high low precision. I have to redo this one. Because the precision is not very high, and then I do it with an extra size and maybe a limp as well. So like it would be combining these two together, because both of these are running 64 gigabytes, but I've got 256 gigabytes now, so I'm going to use the 256 to really hammer out the button open strategy. And responses to it.
That'd be really good.
Hopefully I didn't miss anything when I was talking about
Not really.
Yeah, I mean, you can argue for a fold as well. I mean, definitely if this guy isn't going to continue, you would want to continue just because the sizes are very small. But because that guy continued, like because that guy called, it's difficult. Like even if you flop like a king, it's not great, and you flop a flush draw, you're not like super excited either because it's not the flush draw to the nuts. I mean, there is an exception when the ace of clubs comes out, and then it's nice. It's just difficult. Yeah.
Yeah, I was really considering betting this river just because, like, I mean, our showdown value is really marginal. And,
Which one are you talking about?
top left. Wait, are we at the? Yeah. Okay. I was slightly ahead of you. Yeah, it goes check on the turn, and then the river's an 8.
What do you 3-bet pre and then bet the flop?
Yeah, you bet the flop, check turn.
Didn't you just always be betting that ace turn?
Not necessarily. I mean, he's got a fair chunk of pairs there that we'll want to check.
Wait, sorry, you said you 3-bet? Or I'm...
No, open cutoff and then.
Oh, he
small
3-bet.
blind,
Oh, okay,
3-bet,
in that case.
call.
Okay.
16. Yeah, I mean it's too small there. You gotta go at least like 22.
Yeah, I 3-bet to 12 big blinds as a standard out of the small blind.
Yeah, I mean you could argue for a bet on the river. Just block a fair chunk for 2 pairs.
Sorry, what did you say?
You could bet the river to blocks the 2 pairs.
Yeah, okay.
And it is kind of difficult for you to see how many West hands you do have that overtake that line. So.
Wow, the king's hand was very funny.
Yeah, I don't understand what he possibly could have had. There's another reason for just like isolating really big, because like then you don't get the weird cold calls. So then they're cold calling like 12 big blinds, which is just strange.
Okay, so this guy's shorts. And he 3-bet like 4x. So yeah, just decided to rip.
Yeah, seems fine.
Yeah?
I was like, wait, he's short, so I just rip. But yeah.
I mean, if you really want to be awkward, especially because ace king suited is a nice hand to do it with, you can like just make it 2x.
Yeah.
But shoving is fine as well. Definitely ace king offsuit really likes to shove there. Ace king suited, maybe you can just go for a min. Like it's one of those spots where like if you've got aces, like do you really want to shove? You can just make it like 2.1 or 2.2x or something like that. Just make it really awkward for him because the SPR would end up being 1 on the flop and he's forced to call with a really wide range because your ace size was so small and he's in position. And so if aces does that, what the hell happened there? Anyway, let's just laugh at some fish. Open. As open, call, squeeze. Fold. And this is just refill with 6-5 offsuit? No. Calls a 6-5 offsuit. So he calls the hijack open 3x 6-5 offsuit, and then he calls a squeeze 6-5 offsuit. And he calls a flop jam or something?
Are you talking about the upper right?
Yeah, I was talking about upper right. It's like, what the hell's going on? This is the kind of stuff that makes 200L very profitable play. And he just jams. And he calls reverse. That's 6-7 offsuit.
Yeah. Yeah, he's like, I don't even know, like, I don't know what either of them were thinking there, but
This is 200 0, guys.
yeah,
Plays
real
like
tough
5-0.
breaks.
Plays like 5-0. So yeah, don't be afraid of moving up.
All right, I'm gonna have to go. I think I should get back to studying, but I'll watch this later.
Yep. See ya.
Thanks, guys.
All right, have a good one.
What the fuck?
Can fast forward a little bit. I had to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, pot's a good sized bet on this kind of board.
Yep.
You got the you get 70 straight draws with the Broadway and the wheel, as well as the
Yep.
flush. So because there's a lot of draws, it's the kind of board that you want to be going for a bigger size.
Yeah.
Even though it's
So
it's a rag A side board, you want to have a
Yeah,
fair few
I
check
have a-
blocks as well.
I have a like a pot size and a 1/4 on that board. Is that okay? You think?
I don't really see how 1/4 helps too much, just because it's very easy for him to defend against 1/4 because there's so many draws. Right, so there's not
Yeah,
a
for
lot
sure.
of point opening up the action for him when you could just check back yourself with those hands. There's not a lot of point opening up the action for 1/4 of the pot. Because
Okay.
it's too easy for him to defend. If the ball was much drier, if it was like the A7-2, Ace-8-3, that kind of stuff where there's just nothing going on, then yeah, sure, quarter pot works really well because he doesn't have that much to defend with. He has to start defending with like king highs and stuff.
Okay, I'm gonna look up a sim real quick. Ace-10X is a three span board, right?
Ace-10X is 6-span. Because Ace-10-3 is a 6-span because it's above and below.
Oh, it was Ace-10-3. Okay.
Well, it was Ace-10-2 in that one, but like, close enough. Like Ace-10-2s,
Okay.
Ace-10-5s, Ace-Jack-3s, that kind of
Yeah,
stuff. They're all 6-span.
The wheels, yeah.
Because you get both the wheel and Broadway. And because you open min, he's going to have a fair few of the wheel draws at the bottom. A good chunk of the flush draws. And basically all the Broadway. So when you quarter pot it into him, it's not very effective because he can just play all those hands out of position and defend quite comfortably.
Yeah.
Versus if you pot into him, all of those straight draws, which are just gut shots, have a little bit more difficult time calling, and even the flush draws, which should always continue, aren't super comfortable with it. Yeah, I mean, this hasn't been the loose side because he opened min, so you've got a lot of hands to choose from. I mean,
What did I do? Sorry, I missed it.
this is
Oh, the
10-9.
7-7-2, and I check raise the 10-9. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of hands to choose from. A 10-9. Yeah, I guess it's reasonable because you do get this backdoor straight draw, but like it is very close to like the worst hand you could have. That will want to continue. Yeah. King 10 suited. Straight from the hijack.
Yeah,
I'm sure it's always-
versus the big size,
Yeah, it's always a continue. It's the hijack. Really, it's a big size.
okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Okay, yeah, it is definitely a continue.
it's a reasonable mistake. At least a quarter of people in there. I mean, unless you got a read on him that says big sizes are always a nuts, but I don't know.
Looks like a king 10 suited is a flat versus really any size open. So
Yeah, it's at least a flat. Even against
yeah,
a joke.
yeah. Sometimes it's just difficult because like when you're, I was playing 25 Zoom not that long ago, and so when you pay, it's like a 9 big blind cap in rake. Yeah, you just have to be much more selective. So I just, I think the rake in this game is, yeah, it's a 2 big blind cap. So I mean, not happy about it, but it's nothing like the micros.
Yeah, 2 big blind caps are fine, and like the ranges here will do fine against 2 big blind cap.
Yeah.
Like I've chosen 1 big blind cap specifically so that it'll work well with 200 NL and 500 NL. So for the players that are playing the mid stakes online, it works really well for them. For the lower stakes,
Yeah.
the ranges start to change quite a bit because of the market, like steep increase in rake. Like when you get down to 5 NL, this is like the rake is uncapped, which ends up being pretty insane in terms of the differences in the ranges.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's another reason why if you have the funds and you want to play, if you want to give poker a shot, you should just go up.
Sorry, what was that last part?
If you have the funds and you want to give poker a serious shot, you should just go up to this kind of level.
Oh, yeah.
what happened here? So you got hijack open mins and then he mins the flop. Seems okay. That's a reasonable turn card for you as well. Yeah, I mean, folding there is a little bit weak. Raising would be nice, especially because it's like a pretty good turn card for you, and because he only made a 3/4 pot on like the biggest brick ever. So yeah, you're gonna want to have a fair chunk of raises there.
Sorry, were you talking about the King Queen hand?
I was talking about this Ace-5. So he min rates pretty up the hijack you called, which is fine, and then he mins a flop you call, and then the 2 comes, and then he bets 3/4 pot. And then you fold.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so I float, and then he bets min on the turn.
And he bets 3/4 on the turn. I mean, folding
okay.
is okay, but I'd be much happier if you decided on a raise. Calling isn't so great because your shadow value is amazing. I mean, it's not too bad either because there's plenty of hands that you can bluff catch against.
Yeah.
It's just folding there is just a bit disappointing when you can take the other options and really put some pressure on it. It's difficult for him to really it just doesn't make sense in terms of what hands he would have there on the turn, because a good chunk of his hands will want to overbet. Like if I'm thinking I'm in his position, if I've got like Ace King King Queen, I'm gonna want to bet like 2 or 3 times the pot and then check back the river, rather than betting the turn than betting the river.
Yeah.
Because there's the flush draw and the turn was a brick and yeah.
Yeah, it's just if I was playing like a reg who I knew they knew what they were doing and they had a 2 or a 3 exercise on the turn, and then they did that, I could I wouldn't just be check folding there, but I haven't seen that guy really bet any healthy size, which like in game was my justification. Who knows if that's like justified.
Yeah, okay. I mean, if he's scared of his own hand, then fold.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like I didn't know what to do, and so like if it came into my head that I know he has an overbet size, I don't know why the fuck he's betting 70% pot, then I'd find the raise there, but. Did you comment on the flop float? Like, what do you think about that?
On the flop, yeah, he bet min, so it was totally fine.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Alright. We're almost done there. Yeah, cool. Alright, very good. So, yeah, I mean, good work. Solid play overall. A few minor mistakes here and there that definitely is stuff to be working on moving forward. But you can see how soft the regular tables are at 2 on Ronel, and for other people who are watching the recording later, like don't be afraid to move up if you've got if you've got the bankroll or some way to supplement a bankroll, because it definitely is beatable, as we see here that Josh has done pretty well against his opponents. I'm not sure how you did in this particular session. I wasn't really counting, but it seemed like you did pretty well. And like it's one of those things like when you build up a big stack, if you're not comfortable playing deep, just rat hole. And on Ignition, it's fine because they don't really give a shit if you rat hole, so they just put you on a different table.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you have any comments that you wanna any questions or anything that you want to say to people who are thinking about trying to take shots at 200 NL.
Yeah, just I mean, Simon told me this when I was thinking about like moving up from 25 zoom to 50 zoom, which was like your edge isn't going to be massive against the regs, which is fine, but there's enough fish to like not even have to worry about the regs, and as long as you study any decent amount, you're probably outplaying most of the regs anyways. So yeah, and that's certainly the case at 200 reg tables. So yeah.
Yeah, great comment, excellent. All right, well, thanks for this recording, and I know you sent me another one, but maybe we'll go over it in a later time, or if you wanted to play another session and send it to me, that's fine. Sorry, Carl, we didn't get to go through yours because we got to go through Josh's this time, but maybe we'll get through yours at a later date. And if anyone else has got a recording that I want to send to have a quick look at, we can do that for a different tutorial. So yeah, thanks for showing up.
Yep.
Bye.